What happens when you weaponize your social anxiety with espresso? Let's find out. When one anxious young person dared to read poetry in a crowded cafe, people laughed. Then they cheered. What? Yep. Welcome to my channel where a social experiment gone wrong exposes our greatest fears, but also the greatest joys. You won't want to miss this. We asked you to put yourself out there, even if you embarrassed yourself. You absolutely did. But you know what? No one cared. In fact, they loved it. Ready to find out why? Then let's dig in. This video starts with a bang. We go slow-mo on an espresso shot being poured and then cut to the cup clinking on the counter. But instead of just showing that sound effect, we show it visually too, which gives the audience a little bit of a clue as to what's coming. That tiny detail really adds to the humor. Then our host says, "They said I'd embarrass myself." They were right, but then they stood and cheered. Then we cut to the barista choking on his laughter, patrons gasping, "What the heck?" And then we finish with our text overlay saying, "Ready to spill more than coffee." We know how powerful starting a video with pain and then pivoting to pleasure can be. So naturally we lead with that hook, but we knew there was another way to grab the audience as well. Our trending problem right now is that Gen Z and Millennials are experiencing record levels of social anxiety. Why? Well, they crave validation, but they fear humiliation. We all know someone like that. Maybe it's us. But then we flip that fear on its head by having our protagonist come into the cafe and immediately do something awkward. A better question is, what do you do when you have crippling social anxiety? Coffee. It's the liquid courage you need to get through it. Now, when our rookie walks into the cafe, you can see that he's nervous. He looks around. He's aware of his surroundings, and you can physically see his sweaty palms trying to grip a cold mug to calm himself down. Then we cut to our therapist who explains the science behind micro-exposure therapy. If you're new here, micro-exposure therapy is about facing your fears in small ways so that you can experience a lot of small wins and grow your confidence. According to the data, 90% of our viewers agreed that these small fails help them build bigger courage. "I'm not trying to cure anxiety," our therapist says. "I'm trying to help people live full and happy lives despite it." Small fails build big courage, so let's get back to it. After a few failed attempts at ordering, our protagonist has finally gotten his latte, and it's time to take the plunge. His first task, read poetry to strangers. As he begins to recite, "The moon is a latte, and I am foam," you can see the patrons at the cafe react with snickers and awkward silence. Some are shocked, others are confused. But our protagonist keeps going. He finishes the poem, takes a deep breath, and waits for the inevitable snickers and boos, but they never come. Instead, surprise applause. Patrons stand up and cheer. The barista drops his cup in shock. As our protagonist basks in the glow of that unexpected applause, he takes a moment to collect himself. It's a subtle moment, but you can see his chest unclenching after the first word. Then he gathers himself together and thanks the crowd for their support. He takes another sip of his latte and smiles. It's clear that he feels braver and more confident than he did before. He's taken a small risk and it paid off, and that's given him the courage to keep going. Our second task is to stay connected with the other patrons. At first, he hesitates, but then he strikes up a conversation with a woman at the next table. She asks him how he's doing, and he jokes, "I'm not dying, I'm growing." Again, we use that self-talk script we mentioned earlier. Then she asks him if he's done with the challenge, and he tells her no. So she encourages him to keep going. He thanks her for her support, and she wishes him luck. Next, he approaches a man at the bar and asks him for a favor. He asks him to write a joke on the napkin, and he agrees. When the man hands over the napkin with the joke written on it, he reads it aloud and everyone laughs. The man grins from ear to ear and gives him a thumbs up. Then he goes back to the woman and tells her about the joke he just told. She laughs again and he beams. It's clear that he's feeling more confident now and that he's enjoying himself. The barista watches him from behind the counter with a smile on his face. As the video ends, we hear from some of the patrons, "I felt secondhand bravery." One says, "It was heartwarming to see him being brave enough to read poetry in a public space. Another adds, it's not easy to share your feelings with others, but it's important, and his vulnerability was inspiring. And finally, his courage gave me goosebumps. It's a reminder that we can all overcome our fears if we try hard enough. Then we cut to our data drop that shows the spike in how to be confident in public searches on Google Trends. The data supports what our eyes already see. He did it. He conquered his fear of public judgment. And in doing so, he found a measure of confidence he didn't know he had. Now we'll cut to our host again, who will summarize the emotional journey we just witnessed. When he walked into that cafe, he was a ball of nerves. He was literally shaken. But as the minutes went by, I saw a transformation. He went from feeling anxious and afraid to feeling confident and empowered. It was amazing. He shared this experience with many others. Next, we'll cut to our user-generated content montage, featuring a range of users attempting the same challenge. These videos are hilarious and cringy and sweet and triumphant, and the rapid-fire cuts will keep the audience engaged until the very end. Then we'll bring it home with our final call to action. We encourage our audience to join the challenge and share their stories with the hashtag #CafeFailforward. Spill your fear, sip your courage, our host says. And if you're wondering, yes, we did get lots of great reactions from people attempting this challenge. Here's a few of our favorites. I nearly passed out from eye contact. The barista asked if I needed CPR or just a hug. One guy clapped. Then he started crying. I'm not joking. I became a meme in real time. Now we love exposing your deepest fears, but we also love to give you a safe path to growth. And we hope this video inspires you to take small risks and experience a whole lot of joy. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments below. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content. Your support means everything to us. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, fail forward and become who you were meant to be.